Oh, how about now? Can you hear me now? Okay, 1 second. Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, we can't have people in our lives. It Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Thumbs up alive. We can have people in our lives, you guys, that are basically not taking the time out to um to evaluate the things that we are going through and just giving us this, yes, you're doing this, yes, 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 yes. We don't need that in our life because they're not taking the time out to really think about what you got going on. Yes, ma'am, friends are not really friends. They do not care. They don't care enough to dig deep and figure out, the right moves you're making. You know what I mean? So you definitely have to pay attention to that. You don't need them, constantly around. For what? They don't bring you nothing. They don't add value to your life. They don't, and we need people to add value to our lives. You know what I mean? We need to add value to others, and we need people to add value to us. Don't be out here thinking you have all these friends. And I'm thinking to you guys, do we really need a bunch of friends? We don't need a bunch of friends. I understand social media is all about the followers and subscribers, all that stuff. It's a purpose to that. But in real life, real true life, people who are always around you and always, all the things, you don't need that. You do not need that. Um, I honestly feel like a lot of times we are just so gung ho on what people think and say and do, and our eyes are not open. Our eyes are not open. People are taking advantage of us. People are, basically pretending to be our friends for whatever reason, whatever be, your status, the things you have, and all the while, they don't really care about you like that. Like, I need friends that care about me. Okay, I need friendships that actually care about what I got going on. Um, I like the low maintenance friends. You know what I mean? People that are in my life and don't, they understand I have a whole family and a whole other life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that girl anymore who can just drop everything and drop a dime and just go gallivanting around town or whatever the case may be. When it comes to your friendships, you guys in your core group, be aware. Be aware. Don't do yourself the due diligence enough to vet your friendships and vet the people that you have around you. And that goes for family too. Like, if some family needs to be loved on the side, from afar, and for your sake of your own peace and mind. Um, it's not always the best thing to always surround yourself with people that you've always been around, like grew up with, and things like that. Because not only by that time, I mean, we should have grown. You know what I mean? Yes, there are certain people that you could always that can follow you in life. I have two really close knit friends that I grew up with for the most part. You know what I mean? Like I've known forever that in every stage of my life have been there. That's not everybody though. That is not everybody because not everybody can come along, on the journey. And that's okay. That's okay. Everybody has their own journey to follow. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in, I have to stay, friends with this one because da 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 da. No, it's okay to be alone sometimes too, y'all. It's okay. Like I know it's important to have connections in this world, and we are not an island. You know what I mean? And we are not, we might have come to this world alone, but this world is not, just for us. It's for everybody. So it's okay though if you want to step aside and we revamp everything. We revamp everything. We revamp our lifestyles, our closets, our homes, our we revamp so many things. But how many times And it doesn't count because it doesn't count when you get a new phone and you have to, do the little syncing thing. That doesn't count. We're talking about a whole revamp, okay? How many times do we actually sit back and revamp our friendships and connections and relationships? All of the things, okay? And really and truly, I honestly feel like I'm gonna name this live revamping. Because really and truly, guys, like how many times have we changed ourselves? And like you know what, I want to start over. I want to start wearing this kind of hair. I want to wear these kind of clothes. I want to be around these type of people. But even when you start adding more, like a new type of people around you, like do you actually go into your phone book or your whatever it is, and your contacts, and you're like, okay, and even in your personal, not business, but your personal social medias, like how many times do we revamp those? Like, okay, I don't need this person in my life. I don't need this person in my life. Delete, block, exchange, remove, all the things. How often do we do that? We don't do that enough. That should be a thing. Okay, like every year, every year, as you are trying to level up on your spirituality, level up on your health, your phone book and your contacts and your social media followers and things like that. And I'm talking about personal, not business, not trying to, not YouTube. I'm talking about like your actual personal life. Like there are people you haven't spoken to in years. There are people in there that, the last time you spoke to them, it did not sit well on your heart and soul, but they're still in there. There are people, y'all, it's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. We all know a saying about how, if you love something, let it go. It might return back to you, and yada yada. That's the truth. And it really and truly, like, if it's worth being in your life, it'll be there. It'll come back. And, if they haven't heard from you, why you not? Why they're not reaching out to you? You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't have to be one way. But if you knew you put in your time, you call, you message, and nothing happened or whatever, okay, after a few months, like if you know for a fact that person is fine and doing well, and they just decided not to reach out to you, that's not really your friend. Life be life for everybody, but you know what I mean. There are certain times where okay, life is life, and everybody got their own life. Everybody's doing their own thing. It's okay to remove this contact, like y'all. And I'm bad at it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like my phone book, like even not even the phone book. Okay, my WhatsApp thread of conversations. I have conversations in that WhatsApp thread from people from years ago, like, because I don't know, I just WhatsApp didn't erase them or whatever, not even years ago, but, that's an exaggeration. But there's definitely some thread of conversation, of chats that really don't need to be there. And the contact don't need to be there, And I definitely think that should be a thing, y'all. I feel like let's do some spring cleaning when it comes to our contacts as well. You know what I mean? Because really and truly, like the same way you get that fresh feeling of after you spring clean your home, the same way you feel after you've had a really great uh, prayer life session or whatever the case may be. Like you start anew, you start fresh. We should do the same thing within our personal lives when it comes to friendships, relationships, and connections. It really should. You know, don't feel like you have to be stuck in friendships and stuck in relationships. The true ones are the true ones. Okay, they will be there regardless. Like the true ones are the true ones. You know, and you deserve the true ones. You don't deserve people that don't really care enough to give you sound advice, just yes manning you all the while, yes sir, all the while. You don't need those type of friendships. You don't need friendships where it's one sided. You're always giving, giving, giving. And you don't need those friendships that, even though it's not one sided, your side is not appreciated enough. You don't need that either. Like, who needs that stress? Like, y'all, I love and thrive on low maintenance friendships. Okay, like friendships where I don't have to work too hard and to keep the friendship, and vice versa. Like when you got me, you got me. And when I got you, I want to know that I got you. Like that's just it. And if we have tiffs and quarrels here and there, whatever, that's life, that's people, that's human beings. But as long as we have the respect is there, the love is there, then we good. You know what I mean? And we all deserve that. We all deserve sound friendships, sound connections, sound relationships. You know, there should be no, there shouldn't be any type of turmoil when it comes to, oh, I gotta call this person. Oh, I gotta, like, I don't want friendships like that. I don't want friendships like that. You know what I mean? I want friendships where it feels good to talk to you, even if it's been a few months. You know what I mean? You guys know I have a friend regularly, okay? And there's another where it's every few months or so we make sure we connect, and they're both valued very much. You know what I mean? They're both valued very much, and that's how it should be. Like I don't want friendships where I don't see the value or they don't see the value in me. Um, I don't want people in my life that don't really mess with me like that. They don't really they're not about me like that. I don't want that. I want to know you got me. You know what I mean? I deserve friendships that make me feel like that. Hey girl, welcome to live. How are you? How's your day going? I'm just a live girl. That's okay. I'm just talking about friendships and connections and how some people really don't mess with you like that. And basically the same way we do spring cleaning and we change different things. We go through our closets, even when it comes to our spiritual life. We connect other things. It should be the same way when it comes to our phone books and our WhatsApp WhatsApp threads, all the things. Like like people. There are people in our threads that don't need to be there. Like I haven't spoken to this person in forever. Like friendships need to mean something. Connections need to mean something. And I don't want to be hoarding a bunch of numbers that I really not gonna call. They're not calling me. You know what I mean? Like, did you see the D Simone interview? No, I did not. Girl, I am. Don't. I low key want to be like, who is that? Like, who is that? And it's no shade. I'm really not good with. Is that I'm really not good when it comes to um celebrities and things like that. I'm really not good. Not with faces, not with names. Faces maybe I'm better with. But yeah, we definitely have to be just more into people that who are into us. Okay, like we don't need to be out here begging for friendships. We don't need to be out here surrounding ourselves with yes ma'ams and yes sirs. Because speaking of like social media, not social media, like celebrities and stuff. Like I feel like they love that stuff. Like they have yes ma'ams and yes sirs around them, and that can't be healthy. Like, yo, if I'm about to get hit by a car or something, I need you to tell me like, yo, no, this is not a good idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like that scenario, but like you don't need a bunch of yes ma'ams in your life. You need people that actually care enough to take the time to think about things, to think about the things that are important to you and give you sound advice. You know what I mean? Like a good sounding board. That's what you need when it comes to friendships, in my opinion. Um, yeah, and I honestly feel like that is a step that I probably need to take when it comes to like my phone book and things like that. Is just because y'all know every time you get a new phone or whatever, the easiest. Well, I don't like getting new phones because I hate that process too. But like that whole sync it, and all contacts transfer over if it's in the right Google app or whatever. And it's like a lot of that stuff don't need to be transferred. Maybe we should just start fresh from the get go. And it's so funny because like my BFF, my female BFF, she's had the same phone number. She was talking the other day, and she's like, "Yeah, if people want to find me, they can find me." And it's so true. Like she's had that same phone number, y'all, since we were like in school, like way, like that's always been her phone number. Like always. And to this day, she has the same phone number. I think she paid for that thing, And it's one of those things like, okay, she's had the same phone number. I haven't she called me. She does this, and it's not with her. Like you can find her. You can. She's had the same number. Okay, we don't need those kind of people. Like if I have to struggle to find you, to connect with you and other things, then and and it's one sided. I'm trying, and and you're not. What is that? What are we doing? What are we doing? There's too much things going on that we need to focus. We kind of chase after friendships. Don't chase after friendships, y'all. Don't chase after friendships. Don't chase after relationships. Don't chase after connections. They are there for you, and it's gonna be obvious when it is for you. You know, the energy is gonna be energying. It's just gonna be a whole vibe. You know, we don't need to be out here basically begging folks to be our friends. And the friends that we do have, we don't. They need to be actual friends. They need time, and it can't be about um, what benefits. It can be about all that benefits you either, because you know what? We all need to grow. We need to grow from the interactions that we have with people. And if you're not growing from a friendship, a relationship, all the things, if you're not growing from it, within it, together, all the things, then is it really necessary? Is it really necessary? You know? Really and truly, the only relationships that, and even, I can even say that I would say the only relationships that are basically one sided is like parents and children. But even that, yes, you're doing a whole lot more giving in the beginning, whatever. You're giving a lot more than a child or whatever. But the purpose that they give you, okay, so get my internet back up. What we get from having guys and all the things, I can't even say it's what, because the kids definitely put in the work because you gain so much love, all the things. So if I have to take care of a whole baby and I still gain all these things and it's so positive, how much more from an adult relationship and an adult interaction? You know, y'all don't be sleeping on yourselves because other people are sleeping on you. Like let them miss the mark, let them miss the boat when it comes to how wonderful you are. But don't sleep on yourself. You already know how amazing you are. If you don't, I'm letting you know right now. You guys are thebomb.com. You are amazing and you are worth getting to know and worth, you know, uh, honest, true, amazing relationships and friendships and connections. Don't think just because somebody is always saying yes and yes and yes to your ideas and all the things means that, okay, because a lot of times it's because they don't want to think about what's going on. They just want to brush you off. Other times it's because they want something in the back end. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, you guys are worth every inch of wonderful, positive relationships, friendships, and connections. You know, and what you put out, especially if you're putting out great, positive energy and warmth and all things to your friends and your relationships and stuff, you deserve that in return. You deserve that in return. You deserve consideration. You deserve kindness. You deserve all the things. So, yeah, y'all. I be in my feelings sometimes when I hear about, how people are getting treated. And don't be loved by me and be getting treated bad. Like, if you're not ready for me to come at the person, like don't reveal to me that you are getting mistreated and I'm team you. That's how I feel about it. If I'm team you and you're getting mistreated, like I feel sorry for the person that's mistreating you because it's gonna be unimportant. Like I don't, even if people deserve respect, you guys, they deserve respect, kindness, they deserve um truth and honesty and other things. If you're not vibing with somebody like that, like it's okay. Cut your losses, let them go. They will be all right. And don't be that person who always try to lure people back in. You know what I mean? Lure them back into the drama by, via text or whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you let somebody go, and whether they like it or not, let them heal. Let them live. Okay? You've done your apologies, or whatever, and however it ended, friendship wise, relationship wise, business wise, let it go. Let it go. Okay? People deserve to be able to move on from 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 you. You know, and that's just that. So yeah, you guys, how is everything going? How is y'all heard the motorcycle? How is this Tuesday treating y'all? Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? I think it's Tuesday. Um, Doing well. The day is pretty much ending over here. I'm glad that I was able to come on. I think tomorrow, you guys, tomorrow, if I'm on live, it might be later for me. Um, or it's Wednesday, so maybe I'll do a later one tomorrow. We'll see. Sometimes I get in the mood. I'm like, okay, yeah, why? Or no, I just want to do a video. You know what I mean? I recorded a video for you guys. It just depends. Today, you guys, I was on the computer trying to get my life, and oh my gosh, I was struggling. Computer work always struggles me. Like I always get, you know. But I did what I had to do. I did, you know, I did some of the things that I could get done. That's what to say that. It's going to be a continuous effort, and I do have help. My BFF is trying to help me out and help me figure out certain things because technology and me, we be beefing. It's fine. It is fine. But yeah, y'all, I didn't come here to be on here long. Just wanted to come and say hey, talk to you guys a little bit about friendships per usual. Making sure you guys are making the right smart decisions, keeping your eyes and ears open, especially within the friendships you already have. And making sure, like when you guys do your either it's like annually cleaning out, whatever the case may be, we do all the things, like I said, within our household, spring cleaning, within our mental health, our spiritual health, our regular health, physical health. You know what I mean? We always think about those things when we talk about birthdays and New Year's and all the things. But we need to dig deep sometimes too when it comes to our friendships. And it's a scary place because a lot of times, I think for the majority of us, it's like a lot of us, we're fine. We're like, whatever. But for some of us, it's kind of like we don't want to let go of certain friendships because then we'll feel like we have no other friendships. This one's been around for so long. This one's the true one. No, the true what though? Uh, that you need to, change this about yourself, change this about you. You know what I mean? Like the true what? You know, we need to focus on the real ones, as I said, the real ones. And if you have a majority of foolish friendships, foolish friendships, then you need to revamp your friends group, revamp your colleagues if you can help it, revamp, spring clean all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you deserve a clean slate of real deal, true blue friendships and connections. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Um, the sun is going down. Your girl is looking delicious with the sun. Look at that glow. Yeah, y'all. This weekend, I think this week, you guys, you see this color? Like this color is just sun kissed. This sun kissed color is. I've never colored my locks or anything. You guys should see my son. with my son, he had his hair out. It was like so blonde. His whole hair was so blonde. Then we cut it we cut it when they went to school and stuff. But yeah, at one point I was thinking about dyeing my hair, but like, what for? We just let the sun do its thing. Um, but yeah, you guys, I am gonna get ready and to end the day. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Have an amazing Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, watch this. After you watch this, go watch another live. Let's get these watch hours going, you guys. Um, yeah, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in and be blessed. Okay. Um, Thumbs up the live if you haven't. And yeah, you guys, find your joy or create it. Be blessed, y'all.